Welcome back to the Legit Crypto Lounge, everybody, the place that aims to bring together real projects with real investors. I'm Mark, co-founder of LCL, and today I'll be leading the AMA alongside Omar, who will be chipping in with any community questions that come up live in our TG chat. So today we're joined by the team behind Revival of Avalanche. So guys, welcome along. I know there's a few of you with us today, so if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your real world experience and how they transfer through to your project to start off with, that'd be great.
Hello there. Thanks for having us. My name is Aurimas. I'm a founder of Newton Labs gaming company and Revival of Avalanche, which is our project. And real life experience, playing a lot of fighting games. That's why we have a fighting game over here. Obviously, an investor in crypto since 2017. That would be my presentation.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
I am EGGRO. I am CCO in Newton Labs and Revival of Avalanche. But as mentioned before, we're all doing everything what we can to make the space better. In this space, I am a bit more than 2 years, so not too much, let's say like this, but worked on many projects already. That's it for me. Christian?
I'm Christian. Outside of this, I was a financial risk specialist and a software developer. So what I do here at Revival of Avalanche is I'm just in charge of all the tech, all the blockchain stuff.
Cool. Okay, and that's the three of you. So who else have you got within the team as well, and what are their roles?
Yeah, so I think I can tell. So Eduardo is usually with us, but he's not today. So he's well, I used to call him a lead 3D designer. He just renamed himself somehow cooler, and I don't remember lead artist or something. EGGRO, do you remember?
Art director.
Yeah, exactly. Art director, and that sounds way cooler, and that's who he is. And we have Rupraj. He's AWS certified cloud engineer, but he works as a business communications officer, basically, in our project. Yeah, we have more people, but those are mainly the ones, basically in the core team, so to speak.
Okay, and out of the core team, who's working on this full time? Do you all have jobs outside of crypto?
No. Personally, no.
No.
Not. I mean, even like not crypto, but this project is a main, is a full-time job. So yeah, for me.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's let's say it's more than a full-time job. Personally,
Exactly.
For me, it's basically a lifestyle.
Yeah, that's a common theme when we have projects in. People are doing a lot more than full time in their projects and stuff. It feels like it's needed to get it off the ground. So it's good that you're in this full time. I feel like I guess we'll come to it and stuff. But I feel like I've heard of Newton Mint Labs before. So that's the overarching company, isn't it? And the game that you're producing is obviously Revival of Avalanche. Have you previously launched any other games?
No, this is our first baby, and it's the main focus. We've been working on this like for 1.5 years already.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's get into the project itself then. So do you want to give us a quick overview of what exactly you are creating?
Yeah. So Revival of Avalanche is an action fighting game like Tekken or Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, one of those, more closely resembling Mortal Kombat. And we have a token which will empower basically the Revival of Avalanche's economy ecosystem. And we have NFTs as well, 2 types of NFTs. It's the main collection, which is the 4 characters so far, and the second collection will be the fighting stages. So essentially, you can own a stage, and all the transactions being done in that stage, whether it's PvP battles with collateral or tournaments, paid tournaments, some of the fees will be distributed to the holders of those NFT stages owners. So that's
okay.
the high overview of the project.
Cool. So yeah, essentially this is obviously a play to earn game, isn't it? With PvP elements, and also having looked at your website, there's another element to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes and stuff from when I was researching your project and stuff. The game itself, is it web based, or is it going to be playable on an app?
No. So basically, you will need to install it onto your PC. We'll also have mobile versions for both iOS and Android, and we are planning on consoles as well. So PlayStations, Xboxes, and it will be cross-platform.
Nice. And you mentioned that you're a year and a half into the development of this already and stuff. So, where are you at now?
So we are at the alpha stage, and currently our seed sale investors are testing it basically, and we are well, yeah.
Okay, so it's so you've already had a seed round. Then I guess we'll get into the funding side of things. When do you anticipate the beta version being available?
It's gonna be next year for sure. And also, by the way, so we have a closed alpha right now, but we will have an open alpha and closed beta, and then open beta as well. But we are anticipating somewhere around March. In game development, there can be 1, 2, 3 weeks wiggle room. Whether if you discover some bug or something like that. But yeah, we are anticipating somewhere in March.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. And have you got, in terms of your timeline, have you got like a target in place for when ideally you'd like the game to be released? Fully.
Yeah, so like midsummer could go even into September or something like that. But as I said, there will be open beta, which is going to be almost a full game, except that the smart contracts and everything is going to be on the testnet, and we as a community, everyone will be involved, testing it, playing it, giving ideas and everything. So of course, guys, as well, join our Telegrams, Discords, and everything. And if you have any ideas already or something like that, don't be shy to share. But yeah, and even the alpha, that we will have an open alpha as well for people to play. So that's already a big plus, that we are not doing anything like in secrecy or sort of where people will be waiting for ages. Even right now, the guys are testing it.
Yeah, it's nice to have a project come in and demonstrate that they've already been in development for a long time, because we've had a few projects come in where they're literally right at the start. There's been no development whatsoever, and my concern is always, how are you going to fund this? And it's normally through the buy and sell taxes, and when volume drops off, all of a sudden the project comes to a halt. So you're already well into that. Are you able to share figures in terms of the monetary value of how much it's cost to develop up to this point, and how much more you need to get to the final stage?
So we invested in the project ourselves before we collected any money. That's why we were able to even show something to the seed sale investors. Obviously, we used the seed sale funds as well for that. And it really depends. Like obviously once we're gonna develop what we want to develop, and it's just gonna continue, there's gonna be more mini games added and everything. So it's really hard
Sure.
to, some people might come up with some brilliant ideas, and we're like, wow, that's good, let's do it. And it's just going to cost more, of course, but the value is the community, right? It's you create something that will be a legacy. So yeah, I mean, so far I would say about maybe 65K were spent on the game. And this is the thing, it's like it's not all of us getting paid or anything like that in core team. We anticipate it long term. So we have our employees, we have about 20 people working. So they get paid, and we do it long term, so and even the extended team is not like it's so many people that we brought into the team to work on it. They were fired up to work on it. It wasn't like, okay, let's just work on it. It was
Sure.
Wow, this is good, let's do this, so obviously that's really good, and that brings down the costs because many people believe this long term.
Yeah, makes sense. And so have you got an in-house development team then, or are you outsourcing that?
Yeah, we have in-house development team, yes.
Okay, perfect. And so back to my original question, you've so far put in roughly 65K. How much, like you said, it's always evolving, but obviously you want to get to the stage where you are, releasing something final. To start off with, how much more do you anticipate needing to spend to get to that stage?
At least like 100K, I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
With our in the house, but then again, as we grow, we get more partners and everything, and that might, let's say, even right now, because we are, by the way, so we are Avalanche, we're going to be launching on Avalanche blockchain, not on BSC. And, guys are getting more and more interested. Even today had a conversation with the launch pad. They approached us, and, figures can change and things like that. There might be a situation where we will end up with a way bigger budget. But when we saw how the market was going and everything, so obviously we started, we put our tokenomics and everything in a way that, you never know, for example, well, the bare minimum, like we put the bare minimum, let's say like that, but things are changing rapidly, to be honest.
So are you alluding to the fact that you might be establishing partnerships that will be able to fund part of that as well?
Yeah. That's exactly
right. And are you in discussions with those at the moment then? Nothing's been finalized yet?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just one of the things we know that we can just go how we go right now and everything will be fine, but it could end up being way better than we anticipated. Just do the best you can. How do they say? Plan, what is it? Plan for the the best, but expect the worst, or something like that. So
yes,
exactly how we done our tokenomics, but things are kind of changing rapidly at this point. We got so much interest into this that our seed sale investors and private sale investors might be very well off.
Nice. That's what I'm sure they'll be pleased to hear that. I guess going back to my my original point about will this get off the ground, and other projects that have come on and have a pie in the sky idea of what they want to create, and it's not feasible. You've obviously come a long way here. And I know we're going to come on to the tokenomics and the pre-sale structure and things like that. But in terms of being able to get this 100K, how confident are you of being able to get that, to make sure that you can release this game?
Oh, very comfortable. very comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just our lower estimates, so to speak.
Okay. And say you don't get a partnership and you have to self-fund it, will the majority of that be coming from pre-sale rounds?
Yeah, private sale, pre-sale, but it's not just like one partnership or anything like that. We are talking
Yeah.
about many. We're
Okay.
talking about quite a bit.
Okay. I did see on your website already in terms of a couple of partnerships that you've already lined up and stuff. So we'll get into those in a second. But so how come you chose to launch on Avalanche then over the other chains?
So Avalanche, why we chose an Avalanche? First of all, maybe not first of all, but one of the points was the GameFi element. There are lots of good gaming companies launching their products there. Their launch pads, they are scrutinizing way more than, let's say, Binance Smart Chain launch pads. So if you get on a launch pad, you're essentially getting the community, their community, to invest in you as well, because it just in general, AVAX communities revolve around their launch pads, but the scrutiny that they take really helps to minimize all these, bad actors and things like that. So it's not like you go on a pink sale and pink sale says, "Oh, we are not responsible for launching any of the projects or anything like that." They are. They feel that way, So even to the point where they give refunds if anything wrong goes. I'm not going to say specifically who, but there are launch pads like that. So that's that. Then the community is not that big yet, right? So, for example, if we launch in AVAX, we have way more chance of being seen than in BSC space. Also, security. They have subnets, and subnets really help. It's essentially as if you are on your own blockchain. So you can whitelist wherever smart contracts can interact with your subnet or whatnot, basically. So you minimize a lot of risks involved in blockchain, smart contract aspects.
Okay. That all sounds promising stuff. Obviously, you've done all your research into which is the best blockchain for you. How have other similar projects fared with their launches and their pre-sales on Avalanche?
How? What was the question? How did they do, basically?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you are on one of those, if you launch on a better launch pad, so to speak, they always fill in. I've seen here and there, obviously, right now with the current market conditions, maybe few projects didn't reach their hard caps or something, but I never seen anyone not filling their soft caps or anything like that. So yeah.
Okay. No, yeah, that makes sense. So let's have a look at the NFTs then, because I know that's a big part of the game, isn't it? And something that you'll be looking to do like quite quickly. You've got, well, do you want to talk us through the initial NFT range that you're launching?
The character ones? Yeah. So essentially in the game, your character NFTs will act as as a memory card. So, for example, if you're leveling up, ranking up, your fight statuses, wins versus losses and things like that. So you accumulate some sort of status for yourself. You can press a button and save all that on, all that IPFS data on your NFT. And if you don't want to fight anymore or anything like that, you just want to sell it, that will be reflected on your NFT. So it obviously going to have all the usual visual rarity aspect to it, which is split into 4 levels. So 1 to 3 levels will be static images, and level 4 will be videos, 3D video. Once you level up your 1 to 3 levels to 4, basically, from 1 to 3 into 4, then it's going to become a video as well, basically. So we just want to get people those NFTs and go and join the game and try the game, play the free modes and whatnot. Obviously, there's going to be premium modes, paid modes, and whatnot. But essentially, if you want to just enjoy the game, you can, and even without NFTs as well.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So it's free. There's a free to play element as well. Can you play to earn with the free element, or do you have to buy one of these NFTs to get the play to earn element?
You can. So essentially, there's going to be PvP mode. So let's say the free mode. So PvP mode, where if you achieve certain tasks, you will earn some revival tokens. So there are various situations, and we are looking for maybe even some more. We will see once we are in the beta, where all of that going to be applied on the testnet. Probably we will even add more, but currently we have. So if you achieve 3 ranks in a row or 5 ranks in a row, you will receive some revival token. If you collect the most respect points as an individual in a week, you will have there will be a pool which is going to be distributed to you. These sorts of things, right? But and there's going to be also the paid modes for non-NFT players as well. Those paid modes will be the ones that will fill those pools for the guys who play for free, basically.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. And just looking at your website and stuff, so there's 4 characters in total, 2,500 of each character, so 10,000 within the range. And is this like is it randomized, or do you choose which character you want?
So we are partnered with Kalau, which is an NFT marketplace, and we will be, once we are closer to the finish line on our collection, we will decide which way we're gonna do it. Obviously, if we do it each character, that each character will be randomized, obviously, which rarity you're gonna get and everything.
Sure.
But we might even do all of them for we will see what makes sense more at the time, because the NFTs, the main collection is not a priority. The game is the priority because of the market conditions.
Yep. Okay. So are you pushing back the NFT range in terms of when you launch it? Do you know when you'd like to launch the range?
This is a very high. I mean, it's already 1.5 years in production, this NFT collection. So, and it's not even finished. So it takes a while. So it's not like we are pushing it and we are not working on it. We are still working on it, and at the same time, market condition doesn't allow it. So obviously we use more power on the game, so to speak, manpower.
Yeah.
So of course, also going to be next year sometime, but the stages NFTs, we will release it much closer. We are even thinking about 2 to 3 weeks from now as well. We are arranging things with the Kalau marketplace, which is going to be that passive income one, because it doesn't necessarily need the character and NFT component in the game, to for those stages NFT cards to work for you.
And sorry, what do you mean by passive income versions?
So, for example, let's say there is a paid tournament going on one of those stages, right? And you have that stage NFT, so you will be sharing a pool with other holders, where some of the transaction fees will be, distributed to you, to the liquidity pool, and then, to yourself.
Okay.
So, and we are looking for more, obviously, there will be more benefits to holding a stage NFT than just a passive income.
Right. Okay. So obviously there's not any details that are found on your website in terms of the stage NFTs. Are you looking to release the character NFTs or the stage NFTs first?
The stage NFTs will come first. Yes.
Okay. And how have you got an idea of how much you're going to be selling those for?
We were thinking just to have it at 100 USD to sort of mark, but obviously it's going to be in AVAX, so we will, we will try to match it somewhere close. And it's a very small collection, so basically, because the character NFTs as well going to have some of that component of passive income just for holding them, but not as close to, because it's 10,000. These will be for 5 stages. It will be just 500, let's say, and they, share the same sort of size pool.
Yeah, sure. So it gets diluted more if you have the character NFTs.
Yes.
And so it's the equivalent of $100 for the stage NFTs. Will that be paid in your native token or in dollars?
That will be in AVAX token.
Oh, in actual AVAX token.
Oh, you mean? Sorry, do you mean the to buy them or to?
Yes. Yeah.
To buy them, yeah. It will be in AVAX because it's not on our NFT marketplace.
Oh, okay, of course, yeah, okay. And so the funds raised from the 10,000 range and the stage 500 range, what do you plan to put the funds raised towards?
Mostly production.
Production.
Mostly production. Yeah. Yes. Obviously, we are also looking at some buyback and burns, BBB situation, but mostly that because that's the ethos, to have the game, to have the utilities ready as soon, not overpromise people with whatever, and then and nothing is even coming out, and we already got a game, and seed sale guys are testing it, as I said, so. Yes, we are going by that.
Yeah, definitely. The character NFTs. Obviously, you've mentioned $100 for the stage ones. How much the character NFT is going to be?
We don't know the cost at the moment. Really, really hard to say. It depends. It will depend on many things: the market conditions, the traction, loads of things, basically. So. We were thinking between it's a broad range, but between like 50 and 150.
Yep. Okay. Just so we've got. Yeah, that's fine. Just so we've got an idea. And sorry, are you going to be releasing these NFTs pre-launch of the game?
You mean the full version? Yeah, that's quite likely. That's quite likely, to be honest, because yeah, that's quite likely.
And so you've got levels 1 to 4. If I was to purchase an NFT, do I start at level 1 and work my way up, or
no? So that's randomized. Basically. You can get level 4, you can get level 1, but you can work that up in the game.
Okay, so even if I do get a level 1, I can work my way up still to level 4.
Yeah, the looks of it is never gonna change. Except once you reach level 4, it's going to become a 3D video because our characters and everything is all 3D. So just for us to, to flip it for you, and that's it. So that's like a game within a game.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I do like that element. You mentioned that obviously you're going to be launching on the NFT range on a marketplace. Long term, do you plan to release your own marketplace, or are you going to stay with the one that you've already partnered with?
That's a good question. Yeah, so at some point for the secondary items like skins, we're going to have our own marketplace. And whether next set of characters is going to be released on our own NFT marketplace or not, we will see at the time. That's still way too early to say. but definitely the secondary items as skins, yeah, will be our own marketplace for them.
Yeah, it feels like it makes sense, especially if you get some decent traction within your game and stuff, to be using a secondary market.
Yeah, and just one more use case for our token. So our token is designed so the how to say there is well the economy, right? So demand supply situation, and plus if you have a marketplace, then there is more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. The game itself, what are you building that on?
Unity engine.
Okay. And have you got anything that you can share with us in terms of, you're at alpha stage at the moment? Is there any like gameplay footage or anything? Any screenshots?
So we are working. We will be working on that. We are just adding more like combos and everything. But we made a trailer. So did EGGRO share that with you somehow? Or
Yeah, I will share one more time.
Okay,
yeah. I mean,
it's in the Telegram chat. Yeah.
Once we're gonna.
You pinned it. Nice. Okay, perfect. So obviously, for the purpose of this recording, we won't. I won't show it. But if you check out our Telegram group, we'll keep this pinned so you can have a look at the gameplay footage as
Please,
well.
guys. Yeah. So that's one of we will have a second, a third, and we didn't want to spoil it everything at once, so
No.
we are teasing people.
Yeah. No, it's good to keep teasing people with developments. You don't want to like throw it all in there at once, especially when you're not quite ready yet in terms of releasing stuff. So you're at closed alpha at the moment. Sorry, I don't know if you said already, but when are you going to do an open alpha?
So so we are in October. I think it's gonna be November, December time, maybe late November time, something like that as well. It really depends on the progress and everything. It's such a thing that you just cannot like predict exactly the time.
Yeah.
So December to I would say like mid-December, maybe something like that. Sometimes things go sooner.
For the planned, let's say for the planned open alpha testing, so yeah, it would be like a Christmas gift for the community, like Aurimas mentioned on the second half. But it depends. If development will go faster than anticipated, then yeah, we will make it earlier. Because that testing is good for everyone. And for development as well, because basically we're building a game and the game will be played by the community. So community needs to enjoy it. And who else can tell you what they enjoy the best if not themselves? So that's why we want them to test it out and give their opinion, give their suggestions, what they want to see, what they want to change. Because at the end of the day, they will be the players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And how do you guys feel about the game? Are you happy with how it's looking, how it's playing so far?
Yes, so far, yeah, I really do. It's nice to see, that whole thing, because imagine it's been worked on from all different kinds of angles. So animators were working on their part, 3D developers on their part, someone on the game engine was tweaking everything and building up. And when those things are compiling together and you start to see that, it's something like, and it takes forever. It took forever, to come to that stage.
Yeah.
Well, so it's like, I don't know. It's like a newborn baby or something like that. That's the way you feel about it.
Yeah, it's a nice way of looking at it, seeing it progress and grow up into
exactly
an adult. Looking at your website as well, so I guess we're looking longer term now. Obviously, the focus is on the game, like you said, but we've got it here in front of us on the website. So you've got the Revival token, which is the first one, but looking at this, your long-term vision is for this to become your governance token, then,
Yeah.
and this to be the first in a series of games. Is that right?
Yes.
And then you're going to release a new token called Revived to replace the Revival token specifically
So
for
we
this
will
game.
see. We will see how it's going to be used and everything like that. If there is going to be a necessity, because for example, if we're going to release a new title, a new game, and we will see that, well, we need a revival token to back off as a main company token, then yeah. But it could be the situation where it will stay that way, or we will add a stable coin to play. It really depends. It really depends. That's
Yeah, I guess.
like talking 2 years in the future or something like that. Something around that mark.
Yeah, I guess it's good to be thinking about it now, but like you say, it's a couple of years away and stuff. So you've
There is like
got
3
options, haven't
different
you?
ways. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and also looking at your website, I've noticed. So your official partners, obviously, the first one is the marketplace. I think I've seen these other two. I know that I've seen a third one, Owners Unity Token, because they came in for an AMA with us previously. So, what's your relationship with them?
Cool guys, pretty good vision, similar working habits as ours. I mean, really hard-working people. We have some things going on, and some things really made sense in the future, what we could be building. As well, we have a member that works in both projects.
Okay.
There, let's just say there could be that some of the obviously we will have events, we will have we will go to esports and everything, and imagine a winning prize, a house for you or something like that, right?
Okay. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So
because I was trying to work out, like, your projects are so different. I was trying to understand like how they could ever tie in together, but now you've mentioned that does make sense.
Metaverse as well, another one that comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
With the house,
cool.
And things.
Yeah. No, that'd be nice. That'd be good
there are things
marketing
that we are working
for
on
you.
already.
Cool.
What was that? Sorry.
No, a good marketing ploy to be giving away houses as prizes.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't our idea; it was theirs idea, and it was like, wow, that's really cool. So, who knows in the future? Because we really see that they could really become big, and ourselves as well in a different way. And there is it's just a good synergy, Sometimes even if you work on completely different projects, but you can find the ways to work together and fill in. I mean, there's just so many ways you can still interact even if the projects are different. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've just demonstrated that, so that's nice. Before we get into the move on to things like the tokenomics and the pre-sale structure, is there anything that you feel that I've missed in terms of the game itself that you'd like to explain or take us through?
So yeah, there will also be guilds. It's our social feature. I think Christian can explain a little bit about the guilds in general, and even from the technical side if needed. Christian, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, thank you. So as Aurimas said, there's one component, an important component of the Revival of Avalanche game is the guilds feature. That's our social feature, and basically what that is we're going to allow players to join into little groups, little gangs, clans, guilds, and fight each other, help each other out, fight each other in tournaments and whatnot. Each guild is basically going to act as its own DAO. Obviously, they're going to fight other groups. They're going to, for money or whatnot. The money is going to go to the actual guild, And as a group, as a DAO, they decide how to distribute those funds, whether to distribute the funds all to all the members or to hold some in treasury, and just continue on to more tournaments and whatnot. We feel that this is an important feature of the game, and the reason being is because it kind of just it adds a little bit more flavor. Okay, well, I can go ahead and get with my crew here, and we can go and kick some butt over here. So it's a real social aspect of it, as opposed to, hey, you know what? Let me just get in a fight with some random whatever. Nah, I'm just gonna go with my crew, and we're gonna go against other people. So the whole point of this whole thing is that we want to make sure that people come into the game and they stay in the game. Yep. This social feature will allow us to basically do that, to ensure that folks stay in the game. The more they play, the more they stay, the more volume we get, the more reflections we get, the more everyone's happy. The more basically the wheels of the in-game economy are turning.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. You're creating a community within the game, aren't you? Like you say, you don't want people just turning up, playing another player, and then they're unlikely to stay in the game. But if you can create little communities within the game, they're way more likely to come in and stay in and play together, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah. And just going down the list here, so you've got tournament features as well. I think you've already touched on this, haven't you? In terms of NFT versus non-NFT players, and how you can still win, play to earn, even if you've not got an NFT.
Yeah. Because essentially we want gamers to come and enjoy as well, right? Because it's a game, so we want Web2 people, so to speak, Web2 gamers to be interested. That's why we have such a cool characters, like Isaac Newton, Cyborg, and Cleopatra and everything, to have that relatable characters.
Yeah, I mean, when I first looked at your website and looked at the characters, I did think that was a really cool, super unique way of bringing in characters.
And we gotta have more.
Oh yeah, so can you some controversial ones? Can you talk about any of those? Are they still secret?
We actually, was it today? Today was it, isn't it? EGGRO, that we released like a sneak peek of the face of a new guy that's coming.
Yeah, and they already shared in this chat as well.
Okay. Is this something that we are going to be able to easily guess, or?
I would say so.
Yeah, let me share one more time.
And so, is this going to be constantly evolving? Are you going to be bringing in more characters all the time?
Yes. So at some point it's going to be. So we'll probably finish at 8 ourselves, and then. But obviously, even in those other 4, probably we will ask community which one they want first, and then the community will start deciding what character comes next through special guild events. So a special guild event, winners will decide what other historical character they want us to make into a cyborg, and they will have a 10% stake in the NFT sales as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice feature. And I like this renting the NFT element as well. Me not being a gamer, like I like the idea in games of being able to just buy these NFTs and then just let people play for me. So how's this element going to work?
Essentially, so other people will play for you. If they play the paid modes, let's say, and they are, putting their collateral Revival against other players. If they lose, you don't lose anything. But if they win, you take 10% of the winnings, obviously, plus the renting fees, and plus the level up and rank up your character. Probably level up. Ranking is going to be a little bit more volatile, so to speak. Your ranks can go down. And you can accumulate quite a bit of losses on your NFT. But hey, if you know, if that's your cup of tea, you just want to earn passive income, and you don't care about too much about the stats of your character. If some loser rents your NFT, that's fine. That's, I guess, the only downside. But overall, yeah, it's for the people who, yeah, as yourself, you know, don't want to play the game. They just want to rent something out and earn passive income.
With the renting element, is that you'd like kind of put it on a marketplace to rent it?
No, it's in the game. It's purely in the game. It's purely in the game. So essentially, if you rent it out, you yourself won't be able to play with it until the time expires, and that's it. It's not like you need to transfer it to another wallet or anything like that.
Okay, cool. And will there be an ability to vet players who, or will it just be whoever comes along and asks to rent it first?
That's a good idea. But how would you vet them? Because if they're gonna rent it out, obviously they don't have any NFTs or of themselves. Maybe just their other statistical bits.
Yeah, I was thinking more, you know, just if they're playing the game for free and they're doing well and they've got some stats behind them, to prove they're doing well, then get them on board with it.
That's a good idea. We'll think about it. We'll think about how to do that. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. I like it, Mark. You see, community makes the game.
And especially you mentioned that you are not a gamer, but seems like somewhere deep inside you there is a small gamer.
Well, in fairness, obviously I did used to play games quite a lot, but now I try not to because it's too addictive, and I will spend all my time doing it.
But I think with Revival of Avalanche, you won't resist that.
We'll see.
Yeah, because at the same time, what we are trying to do and reach is to get, of course, more gamers into this space, and also get crypto people into gaming and have fun. Not only thinking about and monitoring all the charts and everything, but have fun and earn money.
It could become a very social aspect where, you know, people even on AMAs or just any launches, you know, put some Revival token on, you know, just play around. Maybe someone has a beef and with someone else, and a third person comes up and says, "Hey guys, sort it out in the Revival of Avalanche." You know,
that's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah. We are planning on having a feature where a third party can watch the fights and things like that. We'll definitely look into. From the tech side, how to make it so that we would be able to see if or track or if, let's say, some some big guys from Twitter or something like that, you know, they have their badge on and stuff like that, and you're able to see that it's them in some way, so it would become as mainstream as possible, as something necessary, you know, for, let's say, when there are YouTubers and everything with the fighting and stuff like that. It could be it could be replaced by this game, for example. You know.
Yeah. No, I like it. We could have a little battle off as well between lounge owners. See who's the best lounge owner.
Exactly. This is what we are planning, you know, and there's more and more ideas people are bringing, you know, because we got now the fundamentals. Now people are building on it themselves, you know, and we'll try to bring it all together, so it's enjoyable for everyone.
Yeah, cool. No, I like it. Toby, sorry, not Toby. Omar, I haven't had a chance to check the chat. Are there some questions relating to the game and stuff?
Nothing for now. They get answered by EGGRO.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. That's fine then. Okay, let's move on to the tokenomics then. Looking at this, you've got a total supply of 1 billion. This 6% swap, is that the buy and sell tax?
Yeah, exactly. We are building a new website. This is quite old, basically, so it will be all refreshed and much more neat.
Yep.
So
okay, but in terms of the figures, they are correct, are they?
Yeah, they are.
So we've got 6% buy and sell tax, 2% towards LP, 3% towards reflections, 1% towards marketing. Cool. I was going to ask about funding the development at post-launch, but we've already talked about that, and we'll come on to the pre-sale in a second. But just looking at this this breakdown, so you've got 3% towards advisors. Is that already established? Have you got advisors in place, and can you share any details of those?
Yeah. We have an advisor from DGEM.io. Do you know those guys?
What is it called? Sorry.
DGEM, DE.
Yes, I have heard of them. Yeah.
.io. They are really great. They are working on a brilliant project as well, by the way. So, and we have Philip Hummels and Steve Rorks as well. They are pretty quite known in the space.
Okay. And so in terms of their share, are they going to be presumably vested?
Yeah. Everyone in the team, because we consider advisors as also in the team. 2 years vesting and then linear unlock.
Okay. Yeah, great. 2 years. And the only other one I had a question on was the NFT monthly holders 2%.
Exactly.
What do you mean
so
by
that will be so that's where the 1% goes. Basically, so we will have reflections, right? And the whole pie chart on the left, except obviously the final token sales and liquidity, will have reflections on all of the other aspects, right? So one part of the NFTs will have reflections from the in-game, right? Not the reflections, sorry, the liquid. I mean, the pools will be filled, and the other one is the reflections that are gonna reflect and also fill those pools.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then looking at the pie chart on the right hand side, so this is the distribution of funds, and you've got a breakdown here, and it totals 220,000. So is this what you're raising in total between seed, private, and pre-sale?
Yes, as of now, yes.
Okay, and so let's go on to the pre-sale and what you've raised so far. So in terms of the seed round, I think you've got another. Yeah, you've got another table here. So is that what you've already raised then to date? $45,505 at seed?
Yeah, that's on that's our seed sale. And now we are nearing to the private sale, which we haven't done that yet, but if you guys interested, it's there. Come on our Telegram. There is a form, and you need to do some tasks. And at the end of the day, before EGGRO, when will it end the third step?
So the third step will start on the 20th of October, and then we'll start actually whitelisting the wallets, which will be filled out the form and it will be completed. And on 25th, we will start our private sale.
Okay, so let me just get that right. So you've already had the seed sale. That's been and gone a while ago. At the moment, you're looking at the private sale, which you're asking people to fill in a form if they're interested in potentially taking part in that, which they need to complete by the 20th. Is that right?
No, they will be able to continue filling out the form after 20th, but basically how we did that, filling the form. So we started to accept applications. So basically those forms from, I think from the
1st of October.
1st
Yeah.
of October, yes. And from the 3rd of October, we started to send out the confirmation, because there is few steps in those forms which you have to complete. For example, follow us on Twitter, join our
Okay.
Give me a
Telegram,
second, guys, baby.
and yes, and you have to complete those steps. We check that. If everything is right, we are sending out you the email, confirmation email that you completed. Or if any of those steps are not completed, then we, sending out what you need to complete. And
Right.
then actually from the 20th, we will be actually whitelisting the wallets which receive the confirmation emails. And from 25th, they will be able to purchase Revival token.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now. And so, have you got a timeline for how long you anticipate that the private sale lasting?
We are thinking that it will continue until 10th of November.
Okay, so you give them this. You've got plenty
16
of time.
days. 16 days. Yeah, 16 days.
Cool. And so, have you already got a provisional date then for your pre-sale?
We are looking at actually after the new year, because December is usually a bad month in general in stocks and everything like that. And we are looking at January. Obviously, if, let's say, the things that I spoke before, basically, all the maps would change and everything. It could be maybe moved to February, but I think that, really possibly on January, we'll have a pre-sale. We're looking at some launch pads right now, the better ones from AVAX. I just spoke with one today. So January would be the preliminary time for now.
Okay. And going back to the pre-sale, the private sale, that's obviously not on a launch pad then. Is that, do people just people sending funds to a wallet?
So again, the way we done the seed sale, we had our own DApp. So that might be one of the ways. And another way might be on the launch pad as well, the same launch pad that we were talking about with today, basically. So we will see it's either going to be our DApp or the launch pad.
Okay. Yep. And looking at these discounts versus launch, are all tokens going to be fully unlocked at launch, or is there a vesting schedule?
You mean, seed sale and private sale will have 10% unlocked on launch, and then 10% every week as it stands right now. And pre-sale, they're not going to have any vesting. They're just going to, because as you can see, the profit at launch is just 4% plus, the tax 6, so 10%, so there is no need to vest, basically.
No. No, I was looking at the figures before and stuff, and it makes no sense.
Pre-sale, it has to be whitelisted pre-sale, actually. But that's on all the new website.
Okay, and looking at the seed sale, so you've got like a 30-40% discount, haven't you, against the launch price? So definitely makes sense to have some type of vesting schedule in there.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen disasters and been involved in investing in disasters, right?
Yeah. I mean, equally on the flip side, it can create some sell pressure. Just the fact that people are knowing that schedule is coming out and that there may be a dump at those certain points. So, but you just got to do what you can do, haven't you? If you release it all at launch, it's not going to be very pretty, is it?
Yeah.
So at least it it strings it out for as long as you can, and
exactly
by the point at which you launch, your gaming stuff, you've got rid of all of the the quick traders anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so this is what we designed with the third party as well, so we wouldn't be just thinking about it ourselves, what works better, but with someone who has done it many times before, just to double check. So we cleaned it up and stuff. So it would be attractive for the people to invest after a pre-sale, right? Because, just to create that pressure and everything, because we want our investors to be happy about the investment, not that, the chart dumps on the, or the other term, the chart itself rugs,
You want to try and keep it looking as pretty as possible, as possible as you can do, especially given the current climate.
Exactly.
So launch then. Obviously, we've already talked about that briefly in terms of the token. Actually, you've mentioned provisionally you're looking at January, but depending on various factors including market conditions, would you presumably be, if you do hold the pre-sale and you fill that quickly, will you be looking to launch the token as soon as you filled?
So it doesn't make sense to on the pre-sale, to fill it and then hold indefinitely or something like that. It only makes sense to hold for like 2 days or something, right? Not more than that. So that's the wiggle room from the same day, same time to 2 days. We will see at that time.
Yep. And how would that coincide with the game development? Where would you be up to, or where would you be hoping to be up to by pre-sale?
Definitely we will be on the open alpha, where everyone can judge and see where we are at.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Sorry. In terms of your contract, things like that, who is your contract dev?
Mr. Christian.
Mr. Christian.
We have two smart contract developers, Christian and Francesco.
And presumably they've got previous experience in contracts, smart contracts.
Christian, do you want to say a word about yourself, about smart contracts? Are you there? Christian is raising his hand, basically.
Oh, sorry, one second. Let me find him. Yeah, sorry, there you go, Christian.
Thank you. I've done smart contract work. Deployed several NFT collections and tokens, and do some auditing work as well. Similar fashion with our other Solidity developer as well.
Okay. I didn't actually ask at the start. How did you guys meet each other?
Oh, that's a long story.
Okay.
Essentially, I met Eduardo first, who's not here today, but he was the mastermind behind Newton and all the other characters. Of course, there were more developers involved after, but Eduardo was the first. Then I met EGGRO. So Eduardo started working straight away that same day. Then I met EGGRO. Then I met Christian. Then we met Rupraj, and so on and so forth. Basically, it's just obviously there were more developers here and there, but you're never gonna find a perfect team straight away. So. Yeah, but this is now the perfect team, or how do you call dream team?
The dream team, yeah, like it. Have you doxed privately to each other?
What do you mean, like faces and everything?
Yeah, because we've had projects. We've had projects that have come in together to come in as a team in inverted commas, but.
Okay.
It turns, later on, it turns out that actually one person wasn't known to the team,
Mark, if you would
Yeah,
scroll down a little bit down, you would see that we're basically publicly doxed to everyone on our website.
yeah, and just in general, of course, like we met each other and and everything, like you know,
Okay, cool.
go down, yeah. There's obviously more of us and everything, but yeah, of course. I mean, that's one of the. We don't take chances here, right? Like this wouldn't work if some were not doxed and whatnot. Maybe it's kind of common in crypto space, but for us, it's everyone is doxed, everyone is known, and even if I don't know, we sign some agreements with people and everything. I mean, it's just like there was never anyone who we worked with or work with that we don't know how they look like or what their names, surnames are, and everything. It's really hard even to talk about that. It's by default, should be that way, and that's it.
Yeah, it absolutely should be that way, but you'd be amazed at how many times it is not that way. Even good projects, like let people slip through the net by their clever wording and stuff. But it seems like you've got all that wrapped up, which is good to know. And obviously, you've linked up with partners that we've had AMAs with previously who we know and trust as well. So that's fine. What about audits?
So obviously we'll audit our smart contracts. Once they are done, we'll test them out themselves. We will audit them. As of now, there is no need to audit every little smart contract and everything like that. We'll just do it in bulk once everything is. And obviously, again, as I said, we'll test things ourselves and in data testing, and it's not as simple as just auditing. We'll need proper people to test and try to break in and break our stuff. It's not just auditing. How many times have you seen something audited and then it doesn't work? Or it gets hacked and things like that. So we'll do more than just auditing.
I was going to say a lot of that time that comes from just testnet testing as well. So some mainnet testing is always super important as well.
Yes, indeed.
Cool. Just having a quick scroll down of your white paper, which looks nice and pretty. I'm conscious of time, so I feel like I'm going to ask one more question. It's a question we always like to ask here at the Legit Crypto Lounge, and for us, it's along the lines of long-term success and seeing whether how committed you are to that, and whether you have a clear vision of where you're going to take your project. So my final question to you is, at what point does this project become a success to you guys personally?
EGGRO, do you want to come first?
I can. I don't know how to even explain that, but I think personally for me, this project would be a success when we would have a healthy community, which is actually would consist from gamers and crypto people, and that they would be having fun and at the same time, like I mentioned, earning money. And the gamer people would understand that gaming, it's not only, playing and that's it, spending money, but actually earning money and having fun. And crypto people would understand opposite, that gaming is not just waste of time, but it also can be way to earn money and also, meet new people, learn from them. And basically this community would educate themselves by themselves. So the crypto people would taught gamers what is crypto, how it works, and opposite, the gamers, we taught crypto people the different ways to have fun. So for me, I think the success of the project would be when we would launch the final game version and our community would enjoy it and it would be working how it's supposed to work. That people would play, have fun, meet new friends, earn money.
Nice. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So EGGRO touched the more the community side and touched one of the things that also makes sense for me. Definitely. I guess for me it would be from the I was designing the the game theory of Revival of Avalanche. So for me is that moment when we are already in closed or open beta and we see that everything works. There is an economy, the wheel is turning. Basically, that's when I would say that we done a good job now. I mean, because I haven't seen anyone done it that way, and that's I think where I would say it's a success. Obviously, community, everything, it's super important. It's half of your project, So, but for me personally, it's where I will have that satisfaction of my own.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, both nice answers.
Christian?
Yeah, Christian, anything to add?
No, I think to me, I'd like to just echo what EGGRO basically said is the community. 100% of this success of this is based on the community you build. For me, success means putting Revival of Avalanche in the game and in the hands of gamers. The crypto community is always going to be there, but the reality of it is getting this gamer community, this non-crypto gamer community. That's what success to me looks like. If we can get in front of them, that's success. And that means that everything that we do, we have to think about the user experience. We have to make it easy to onboard people onto our game, and we have to make it seamless, simple for them to use it. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And yep, that's my measurement of success. If I can get gamers on board to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100% agree. That's the absolute key to this, isn't it? You can get all the tokenomics right, you can get the launch of the token right, you can do this and that and the other, but if the game isn't played, then it can't go anywhere, can it? So it's absolutely
exactly. You could have that's right. You could have the product all you want, but if you don't have the community, if you don't have the people, this thing's just gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, and basically how the gamers now, even still now, reacting to all of this play to earn, to NFTs and everything, they're just thinking that it's a thing which will suck more money from your pocket and won't bring you any value. But this is the thing that personally what I want them actually to show that it's opposite what they're thinking, and to actually show them, educate them that basically this is the future of the gaming. This is the life of the future. That all of this Web3 is the base of the future.
Yeah. I guess a follow-up question from me is something that I should have asked before, and that's obviously there are so many play-to-earn games that are launched. What does actually set you apart, and what will make gamers want to come in and carry on playing?
So, because this project was not nearly born in a bear market, I would say no, but in the peak of development, and we are in the bear market, right? Is the peer-to-peer experience, because never mind what are the market conditions, if first you make the game actually fun, and there is skill involved in playing, and business follows, then, you know, it doesn't have these ponzonomics, so to speak. And many peer-to-peer gaming modes will ensure that, you know, it's fun no matter what market conditions you are at.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah, so that's and many of the many games are, you know, which were born in the peak of a bull market or something like that. They were just thinking about indefinite, maybe users coming indefinitely or something like that, you know, and it basically is surviving only just because of the new users, which is very important. But that's why how we design that, you know, peer-to-peer is the core, and then it doesn't matter, you know, what market conditions you are in.
It just to add a little bit more color to that, I think what differentiates us from other play-to-earn games, and what will make this will make our project a success, is some of that Aurimas touched upon. It's the real timeness of the game that we have, you know, and it's that 3D aspect. It looks and acts and responses like a game any traditional gamer knows. Unlike Axis Infinity, stuff like this, which is like you're playing with 2D characters, or you're like turn-based type situation. We're not doing that. We're keeping the game Web 2. That it's very similar to all, you know, a Tekken or Mortal Kombat. It's just a different story, different characters. It's just our take on a fighting game. We're keeping that the same, that Web 2 technology, but we're giving gamers the optionality to always interact with the blockchain when they want, for whatever reason they want. That is, if they want to sell their NFTs, they can go ahead and interact with the blockchain, save the data to the blockchain, and go ahead and sell their NFTs and whatnot. Similar concept. When they want to, cash their Revival tokens, they can go ahead and do that as well. But at the end of the day, what we're doing here first is we're catering to gamers and not the crypto community. What we're trying to, and that's what differentiates us from other projects in this space.
And what
cool.
I would add to all of that. So also the aspect of the genre of the game, the fighting game. In the play-to-earn space, there is not much of them. You know, like play-to-earn is more of the FPS games and like arcade-ish games, like Christian mentioned. And we're basically building the fighting game. And one more aspect, the thing what you actually, Mark, mentioned at the beginning, the aspect that we are actually trying to show the product and only then ask for money, not opposite, that we are bringing a lot of talks telling that how amazing it will be, give us money, but we actually showing the game and then just asking for money to continue development.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's vital, because too many projects come in, like I said, and just come up with a couple of like pretty pictures and say, right, invest in my project. I want to create a game and stuff. So you're already well ahead of the curve there. I'm looking forward to the time where you open up the alpha and having a go of it myself and seeing where you're at with the development and stuff. That'll be key for me, and I'm sure a lot of people as well. So I'm looking forward to that point, and I'm going to watch your trailers as well. I'm sure they'll be pretty decent. I feel like I've covered everything that I want to cover. Is there any closing statements that you would like to make before we end the recording and open up to any extra cute questions from the community?
The closing statement would be, come to our socials, Discord, Telegram, you name it, all of it. We are on a journey, and you can be too with us and see how we progress. Help us with your ideas and everything. We always listen. Also check out our private sale. And that's from me, I guess. EGGRO, do you have anything, or Christian?
I would add only one thing to your closing statement, that yes, exactly. Come, join us, and let's build an ultimate fighting game together.
Yep.
Nice closing statement there. Well, Aurimas, EGGRO, Christian, thanks a lot for joining us. Really appreciate it. We'll get this recording out to put it on YouTube. Obviously, our community is in time zones. We're in all over the world and stuff, so there'll be people that can't participate live, but we'll be listening back on our YouTube channel as well. So we'll get the recording put on our YouTube, and we'll share that with you as well if you'd like to share it with your community as well. But thanks for joining us. I'll definitely be keeping up to date with your progress, and make sure you come back as well with any progress you have. We'll make sure that we share that with our community as well.
That's perfect. Thanks a lot. That means a lot to us.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.